Hey folks, Kim Linga from Emerge Fitness, and today I am going to show you how to make tater tots, but not the traditional tater tots that you are accustomed to, the frozen ones that are made with some type of potato, or are they? I am going to make for you cauliflower loaded tater tots. And it is really, really simple. I will make sure that I post the recipe below and you can give this a try for yourself. I'm modifying the recipe a little bit because that's what I do, but I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can do this. I will post the way that I have done in the past and the way that I am doing right now. So to begin, I have 2 cups of cauliflower in here. So I roughly chopped the cauliflower and then I blanched it in some hot boiling water just so that it is soft, really, really soft. And I'm putting it in a food processor and I'm going to process it, right? Emulsify it so it's real fine, almost like breadcrumbs. What I also have in here, the recipe calls for scallions. I have something new that I'm trying. They're called garlic scapes, and they're actually the top part of the garlic, almost like the stem. So I chopped them up real fine, like you can't see, like chives, and I'm going to put that in here for a little bit of a garlic flavor. So I'm going to pop the lid on it and mix it all up, ground it up, and then I will show you the next steps. Okay, so I have the blanched cauliflower in here, and I'm just going to pulse it a few times, again, to make it breadcrumby. The cauliflower is already soft because I blanched it. This is a step that in the recipe, it calls for a different way. So in the recipe that I'm going to post, you can actually take your raw cauliflower, roughly chop it and put it in the food processor, and then grind it up or pulse it until it's breadcrumb consistency. However, I blanched it first, so I'm doing a little bit different. Remember, I added the garlic scapes to that, which are like the tops of the garlic to make it garlicky fragrance. And now, once you do your cauliflower, when you get it breadcrumb consistency, you actually dump it right into a bowl. And you want it to be a microwave safe bowl, because we're going to pop it in the microwave for about a minute to soften up the cauliflower and cook it a little bit more so that we can start shaping these into tater tots. I'm just going to cover it and put it into the microwave for about a minute, minute and a half. Now, if you were using raw cauliflower, like the recipe I'm going to post, you would grind it up again so that it's breadcrumb consistency, and then you would put it in the microwave safe dish. You're going to cover it, and you'll microwave it for 2 minutes. You'll check on it, and then you will microwave it again for another couple of minutes. I did it differently this time. I'm trying it out, so I actually blanched it for a couple of minutes first, then put it in the food processor, and now I'm microwaving it for a minute and a half. So it's going to be really, really soft. Okay, so I just got the cauliflower out of the microwave. Again, I put it in the microwave for about a minute and a half. I'm going to uncover it, and it is really, really hot. You can't see, but there's steam coming off of it. So I'm going to let it sit and cool for about 10 minutes because we're going to have to handle it. And if it's too hot, it will burn us. So I'm going to put it to the side, let it cool off for about 10 minutes, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so this is cooled off. It still might need a little bit more time to cool off, but this is what you're looking like. So they look like finely little chopped breadcrumbs, and they still have some steam coming out of it. So I'm probably going to have to let it cool off a little bit more before I handle it, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. You get a clean cloth and you are going to dump this cauliflower into a clean cloth. You can use a paper towel, but I have tried paper towels in the past, and the dampness from the cauliflower actually caused the paper towel to rip. So I now use a cloth. So you're going to put it in this cloth, and you're going to take it just like this, and I'm going to carry it over to the sink, and I am going to squeeze out all of the liquid. So this is the key to making the tater tots, right? You want to make sure that you get all the liquid out. So I'm touching this and it's pretty damp. My hands are wet. So we're going to squeeze it all out, and then I'm going to pour it back into the bowl. Okay, so I have squeezed out all of the liquid as much as I could from this cauliflower, so it's pretty dry. And now we're going to add all of the rest of the ingredients. So I have panko breadcrumbs that I'm adding, so it's a 1/4 cup. And this is egg white, 1/4 cup of egg whites. 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese, so you can get a light cheese, whatever kind you want. And we're going to add some seasoning. So I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and you also need to add garlic powder, about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, but because I use the garlic scapes, and I'll show you what one looks like, I decided to omit the garlic powder. I'm going to add some cracked pepper, and I have one more ingredient. And the other ingredient is 2 tablespoons of non-fat Greek yogurt. So we're just going to mix all that up. Making sure that the egg is incorporated into all of it. These are so yummy. You guys will be surprised. They are yummy. Okay. I think that's good. And then we are going to start scooping them out, and I will roll them into like a little log so they look like tater tots. So I have one of these scoops, and I just like to pick it up, scoop it into my hand, and you just have to be very, very careful, right? And I'm just going to shape them into little logs. Now I'm putting this on parchment paper. I sprayed the parchment paper just because I don't want it to stick. You just never know. Now you're supposed to get about 28 tater tots. I usually don't get 28, but we'll see. So again, you have to be real careful, right? And just shape them just like that. you to get your fresh, great veggies in, right? Like cauliflower. This is perfect for me. I have a high sensitivity to carbs, so I don't not eat carbohydrates, but usually in the evenings, I like to do protein veggie. And this is a great way for me to avoid the starchiness of a potato, but still get great carbohydrates in, but in the form of a veggie. So here we have the faux tater tots, right? They are cauliflower tots. I'm going to pop them into the oven. It's at 400 degrees and they are going to bake for about 10 to 12 minutes. And I'll probably flip them to make sure that they're brown and crisp on each side. And I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. These are tater tots. Fresh out of the oven. They're very, very hot, so I cooked them for about 10 minutes at 400, and then after the 10 minutes, I flipped them so that they would get brown on all sides. And I'm just gonna plate them up here. So a little bit of loaded tater tots or cauliflower tots, a little bit of faux sour cream with the Greek yogurt and cheddar cheese, some spices, and cauliflower. All right, so there they are. Wow, so yummy, yummy. Definitely tastes what seems to be like sour cream. It's actually yogurt. The garlic. So good. So, I'm going to show you this funny looking thing. This is garlic scapes. So this is actually the tip of the garlic heads, I guess. And they cut them off, and now this is the new thing. They're called garlic scapes, so you can saute this, like chop it up, saute it in oil, and use it in anything that you would normally use garlic. You just use these garlic scapes in it. So I cut this up like chives and put it in with the cauliflower, and it gave it a really good garlicky taste. So give this a try and let me know what you think.